6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Charger drive about to get going. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. A run there on first down going nowhere as he stopped right at the 25. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Shaquem Griffin. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Ready. 60 outlaw.
Second and 11. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, LA.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Let's go, D.
On first down, Sheldon. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down, Sheldon. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Come on, set. 30 base. Let's go. Come on.
Reed now, throwing on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. 2nd and long. It's brought in by Harris. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Fired that one in there. Able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
The Charger drive about to get going. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And to give this time to the tailback. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Now a pass here, caught by Hunter Henry. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
At the 35-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And this is caught inside the 5. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A big play there. 56 yards. And the Chargers have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. This is fielded at the goal line. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Man, that's trash. That's trash. Protein spell. Get.
They'll run on first down. Sheldon. It'll be a gain of 3, and it also takes us to the end of the first quarter of play.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. Looking for Cooper. That's complete. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Let's go. 60 or. 59. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it ready.
On 3rd down, Sheldon. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
Here we go.
They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
And the Raider first down.
On the ready.
Check. 59. Go.
Snap.
Right back to him on first down. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Smoke.
2nd and 6. Flush to his right. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Throwing again. Love. And Walker has it. He's at the 40. 20. 10. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Chargers get the quick strike touchdown.
Partner, you know what the real key is to stopping a good passing attack?
You tell me.
Being able to tackle as soon as a guy catches the football.
Didn't work out there.
No, because when you give up the big run after catch, the rack yardage, that puts your defense in a big-time stressful position.
A lot of rack yardage and a touchdown there on the big play. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Raider
50,
offense set to get this drive started. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Flushed out right. He gets it complete to Harris. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Set. 70. Indy.
Here we go. I'm coming for you, 27. I'm coming for you. I'm coming.
Reed from the gun, he'll throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Back to throw. Reed. He's going to air one out. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Charger drive about to get going, and they begin this drive in very precarious field position inside their own 5.
And remember, this is a defense that's already scored once in this game, so you've got to really take care and make sure that you're blocking these guys and trying to wedge the ball out from the shadow of your own end zone.
It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first. So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. 1st and 10 at the 14. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Give him 12 yards there. The Chargers have a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 8. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun. Love. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down.
They can't stop us. They cannot hold us down. We're going to keep getting sacks.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cleveland Farrell able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Looking to throw. Love. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Lorenzo Carter picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
1:54 left on the clock here in quarter number 2. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jerry Tillery coming right up the gut, gets in there for a loss of 9. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Back to throw. Reed. This is complete to Hawkins. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Ready up.
51, 51.
Roll out.
Get.
Now Reed throwing on 3rd and long. He is going to find Hill here. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. This quarterback now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. It's Hill, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A Raider first down, 17 yards. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well-run route.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. To throw is Reed. To throw again. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And picked up by the Chargers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. The Charger drive about to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. 2nd and 5. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass.
Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
From the gun, Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
On first down, Kilgore. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
About 3 yards there to the 27.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Here I come again. Here I come again.
Looking to throw. Love. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on third down.
You remember me? Let's go, baby. Check 37. Check 37. Back.
Back to throw. Love going to throw deep for the end zone. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. As his guys are in for 6. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. Being chased out left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. And he'll give it here to his running back. They'll wind up getting 10 back there, as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
They complete it to Hill, and he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. This quarterback now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Looking to throw. Reed. Throw left side, got to be taken in by Harris. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
Well, he obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that?
He made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield, and then he curls back inside for the completion.
Here's Reed on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Reed now. Going to throw again. That one complete to Hill. And he's got this down to the 35. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 35.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Sheldon. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 12 more yards there and another first down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Check the outs. Check the outs.
They'll They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. A terrible spot for a holding call as he'll try again, but now from further back on first and goal.
Mike, check. 59. It's a party now.
Back to throw. Reed. And that is caught. But he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge. Incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. But it'll be second and goal. So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to second and goal.
Go!
Mike 59.
Second and 13. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Charger drive about to get going. They built up that lead at intermission, and they're just continuing to pour it on right now, aren't they?
Locked into a really good groove right now. I don't know if it's just the play calling. I know the execution is really, really sharp right now, and all the playmakers are doing exactly what you expect. They're making plays, and right now, defense has no answer and no chance of catching up.
Yeah, they're just looking to turn anywhere for a stop defensively. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a Charger first down. From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
I'm coming.
Right back to him on first down. And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says.
Ready? Hey, come on. All day, dog. Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. 3 down.
They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be...
And the ball comes out. Love lost it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Walker. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Raider offense set to get this drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Ready. 70, Indy. Hey. High 7. 5.
Reed to throw on second down. Throw left side complete. It's Harris. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. 62 yards. And the Raiders get a score closer.
You got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late, that they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
That one good for 13 and a Charger first. This quarterback now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Love. And Walker with it over the middle. A gain of 6 there on first.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. Back to throw. Love. He finds McCoy. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're blitz coming, and down he goes. Lorenzo Carter. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
The Chargers on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 15. Operating from the gun, Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Lorenzo Carter able to record his 5th sack of the season. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure it out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Now Reed on 1st and 10. Going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Going down the middle, and it's complete. A Raider 1st down, 17 yards. To throw is Reed. Throwing on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jerry Tillery in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Here's Reed operating from the gun. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Reed now, throwing again. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. From the gun on 3rd down, Reed. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. 2nd and 4. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21. So 20 seconds remain. It'll come down to this. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week one.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure